a number of matches between the old 100 ping god side and the old Trident side, so history does favour Singularity coming into this matchup, with Dust2 being our opening map of the series, of course, picked in by the Singularity cap. And Singularity, they themselves have never lost a series to the 100 ping gods. They've never lost a map to 100 ping gods. So Unique have got a lot of work to be doing here in terms of trying to take this matchup overall. Singularity are the favourites coming into the pistol round. It will be Unique on the CT start as Iceman takes contact in towards mid, sees nothing except fire.
And we know that for Unique, they just unfortunately lost the series to Blue Jays, so they've got that firepower and that hungriness of the match sharpness has already come through. Out from that long take, bomb coming through from the short position. Nice tap coming through from Sorojig, Fisher falling down on the side, and now they can get a bomb plan out for the short angle.
A 3-on-3 situation can still work out on a retake for the Unique side. Without the kit, though, it might be a bit of a problem. Make their way out. They've got that player on Sorrow who can pick one up. Got to take that fight onto the first man out here. CIS gets caught. Headshot down. Advantage of Unique here. And both players drawn out to that short presence could get flanked in by the player that is over in that position. They're going to have to take direct face on the main Unique force. They heard Norway dropping down. So Smiley can make his way up. Takes his contact. Shots ringing out. Not connecting, though. Norway can get his kill on Winter. Clats can follow suit on Smiley. And Singularity bail themselves out as Sora is left alone to clutch it all. 1v2 does grab that kit, but it's out in the open for the T-side line. Time's ticking away. He can get that frag together, but he's got no time left on the clock. Clacks will fall the same, but the pistol will go Singularity's way.
Jeez, the in-game leader of Sora really showing up with the pistol. And you almost feel for him, don't you? Because if he would have just had slight more support from some of his teammates, that retake could have seriously been on 4 kills out from that early long contact, coming into that car position, continuing to tap away. Singularity, though, being able to pick up the pistol round, get all those rifles forward, and even for Sora, with the amount of kill bonus he got with those kills, he's going to get MM4.
Yeah, force buy for the CT side will look a little bit better for Unique compared to what they would usually have. Still got that scout, still got those deagles, but you mentioned that M4 for Sora could be a bit of a heavy damage dealer for the Unique side in this round. Set over to the short position again, trying to force forward against Singularity in that mid default. They've gone back towards long this time, though. Flash is over. Norway going to try isolate his first kill, which is pretty easy against Iceman. Nice, clean, and efficient, opening up the round.
And now Unique just start aggressing forward, looking for a trade back. Clack's going to get traded out from that underpass position, so there is at least damage being done. The A side, though, Sora's actually going to look to get aggressive.
Press the issue forward. Seems just get this bomb down here on the default plant position. No chance for Sora to deny. He has to swing out pretty far. Singularity maintain the man advantage. That M4 can finally strike, but now it's a known entity. Can Singularity deal with it is the big question. He'll try and make his way back out here. Looking for the T side, looking to take contact and seeing somebody somewhere. Trying to isolate that one pixel and sees that we have to get the kill, but Norway swings in, drops that rifle, and the Galil for Winter's the next best thing. The Scout Spider is going to get forced away, and Singularity will drive the CTs out of the site and get their second.
Dillydash being able to pick off the CT player pretty much just annihilates the whole round, make sure that even exit kills is going to be slightly difficult. Winter's going to be able to catch off one of Guardian looking over to upgrade a weapon. A double on the board to come through for Singularity, and for Unique, they had the opportunity there to start aggressing out from mid, look to take the contact, and although they traded out from sort of that mid position in under lower tunnels, they lost A completely, and once long was taken, it made it really difficult for them to get back into the side. Good hold coming through from Singularity as soon as that bomb goes down, and for them going into round 3, you can imagine that the Galil for Winter could do some sort of damage, just not a massive amount.
It's the budget M4 as they call it here, so Unique are not in the worst position in the world. And a couple of hand cannons still getting brought out as well, so Sora and Duke Fisher are just going to force forward towards that mid control, try to put those first headshots in against the T-side line. Sees a bit of veterancy to recognise that this probably could end up being the case, and indeed does account for that one player. Unawares of Sora, Iceman fell earlier towards top mid, and that Deagle can strike, find a kill. And a second comes in for Smiley. The T's caught a little bit far off guard, so 3 casualties taken for Singularity in this round. The round will still go their way, but damage at expense here for Unique.
It was still pretty messy for Singularity, for them to lose as many players as they did, so many peaks from that CT side, out from the mid doors itself, and now moving forward into the real proper rifle round of round 4, Unique have got the advantage of getting that AWP down onto Smiley, try and see if they can reset some of those T-side players, seized, and Dillydash relatively low with the money line, Nori's kind of the same, Guardian with the AWP as well, and I guess that's what a lot of people come here to watch today.
And the AWP potential of the entire CIS region is a little bit ridiculous. See whether he can deliver here on this particular occasion. Guardian, of course, the veteran sniper, played with the big green gun at Majors, and he is really going to be, I think, the benchmark for the Unique AWPer. Singularity played in towards that long control again. Another long default for them with very little resistance this time from Team Unique.
Well, they're playing very much retake basis this entire Dust2. They're making an info play in for the lower tunnels. Iceman on a real big passive angle on this A side. They're giving so much respect to this long control, and Singularity, they could just walk up to A.
Scope watching in as Sora tries to rotate back. Smoke towards the close cross. Molotov in to try drive him out of the corner. The second smoke can also bloom as Guardian provides support for Singularity to burst into the site. Sees that one player. Iceman caught off guard. CT still relatively close here, particularly at the CT cross. Clax does get caught by Winter for damage. That bomb yet to make his way over as Norby will get Sorrow. And Duke Fisher will also be dropped to relatively low on HP. He can drop Clax on the kill count, but the man advantage still sits to the favour of Singularity. That bomb is crossed as well. Smiley can even up the numbers, but the retake is on.
I'm surprised on how dry some of these peaks have started to come through for Singularity, and it's allowed Unique to even it up to a 3v3. Nori was thinking about an aggressive short angle. Is going to get closer to the box itself.
Gets that kill in. Now the man advantage of Singularity again sees that second player. Duke Fisher's going to fall very, very effectively. A triple up for Nori, and Winter's left down just to save for the M4. A 4-0 start here for Singularity. Things are looking real confident, and you can see why this team have often won out the head-to-head duels against Unique in the past.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a walk in the park. It's a lot of easy site takes. It's really just been Unique on the back foot approach for the majority of these rounds. Always retaking, always looking for exit frags. I might even see this M4 being dropped. Nori aggressive up for the Xbox position. So even with that, Unique probably weren't going to completely force the issue going into round 5. If they had that M4, you could be in a position where you start contemplating it. So that kill does do some further economical damage.
Yeah, good way in for these guys. Very respectable spot, I think, for Singularity to remove any potential options that Unique would have had. Disallow the head up, disallow the potential, and of course get these guns back in on the force buy around Unique. No such firepower base. It's a half investment for them. Now AWP Guardian, seeing that early utility, can recognize Sorrow's position and tag him up to 30 HP.
It just comes down to the chip damage into this round for Unique. Just trying to see if they can catch a couple of AKs, bring them into the next round if it's possible. Now, they have gone out to actually taking this long presence. So far, Singularity haven't really needed to take many fights out from long in terms of engaging those initial fights. Almost expect the aggression. This is a much slower round from Singularity.
Continue to walk out here. Press up towards that short position this time. Still very A-centric for the T side. I haven't seen them hit B once. Variations involved to stop Unique from adjusting against the long defaults. You can see this time they have put players up to that long control. Duke Fisher with the SMG, the most powerful weapon they have in this round, and it could be an M4 or 2 in the next one. 47 seconds left to the clock. The smokes and utility coming in to try set for the short execution. They see that one individual burst fire. Diladez sees the man in the back, still can't land those frags. Sees take a little bit of chip damage to the pistols. Awkward sprays come through for the AKs, but they can come forward with the kills regardless. 5 versus 3 eventually works out the way of Singularity. Sorrow next up the challenge, get tagged to 3 points of health himself. And the exit frags probably shouldn't be coming in too easily here for the CT side.
Yeah, nice and simple. Unique thought that there would be some more damage coming into this round. Not at all. Peak comes through, even out to CT spawn. Duke Fisher is now the last one left with that MP9, hoping to just do something. Great flash even out from the lower tunnels itself. Singularity, it's been a piece of cake really for them on T side. They haven't struggled at all. Duke Fisher gets one kill, goes, oh yeah, an AK, and then Nori's just completely in the back line. 5-0 start coming through for the Russians. And Unique, they have really struggled. I can't remember if they've even had like an opening man advantage. You had at least Sorrow putting up some sort of position, right, in the pistol round where he was able to do some damage. Outside of that, they've been rolled these last few.
Yeah, it's been really confident on the start here for Singularity. He's looking great. AWP's in the start. Guardian did see that first player crossing. Info's been gained, of course, in this particular round. Unique going from the half buy to the full buy, doing very little damage to the economy state of the T's. Despite that, they're still pretty low. Not sure whether Singularity were just buying into a lot of utility and using it. Down about $3,000, $7,000 for the likes of Guardian, who's the highest fragger, the highest roller, I should say. Orp trying to get some impact involved for Singularity's part. He's leading in the charge alongside Norway, who did see Smite. He didn't catch that full kill, but tagging him to 40 points of health and continuing this B play.
They've got so close to the bomb site itself. There's still damage being done out from the short position. A TK comes into the mix, Soro falls, and now things just get really chaotic. Out to the A split looks to be coming through for the T's.
And the trades are good for the Unique. 3 versus 3. Seized on 12 points of HP. Norway's got to find Smiley though. 2 players up to face. AK in for the kill. And the second man. The bomb goes down to the A site meanwhile. And they know that's particularly clear. Winter's backed off towards long. He's got to save the AK. What a recovery for Singularity. And off a couple of mistakes there from Unique. The TK and the Molotov not getting seized, capitalized upon. Costing them a big, big round.
Now, we always know CIS derbies can be wild, Jay. I am faffing my head around what just happened in that round. What was the call there for Singularity? So they're faking a B split. They leave Nori outside of B, and they're bringing the bomb A after he gets a couple of kills. Just crazy stuff happening on that server for the T side. And even after they found so much success with the mid-walk in terms of map control, they're still fighting short. Insane scenes, and, well, they still make it work. Winter's going to find another exit kill, so at least he holds onto the orb. Just so confused in that whole round.
Yeah, that was wild. Really, really wild there. Unique taking a tactical timeout because they themselves realize this is getting a little bit out of hand, a bit one-sided for our own right. Same can be said for the match on our B stream as well. Entropic have yet to lose a round against Ave, at least according to the stream delay that I have.
That's going to be a rough game for Ave.
Yeah, it is. I think Entropic are probably favourites in this whole tournament. I mean, to be fair, there are 8 spots up for grabs for the 12 teams involved. So, oh, sorry, for the 6 spots up for grabs for the 8 teams involved, I should say. Made a mistake on that one, but
well, it's a good 75% of teams moving forward, if you put it that way. No matter if you know the EU, there were 16 teams. Now we've got 8. We've got less. So, but the spots in terms of the percentage, still the same.
Absolutely.
Well, not really. Now there's a 13th spot that's just opened up.
Okay, well, let's
You're not quite. It used to be
pretend.
75 in that day.
Let's pretend. Let's just pretend. Ops in. Flashes over. Molotov's out. Starts out with the default. Smiley going to look in towards the mid control and sees, gives up his life. Bit of a unorthodox move for a veteran player like him. Come back to that in a second because the hit's coming through for Singularity, and unfortunately Iceman was the only player that was there on the site. Sorrow's very quick to the marker past the B doors, and a smoky evades the player. Ricard turns that AK towards his head, almost takes his teammate down in the mix, and Clax gets a bit of assistance. Guardian can also chime in. Now all left towards Duke Fisher. 1 on 2, creeping up the back. Both their backs are turned, and they'll set themselves up for the anticipation that he might have backstabbed his way into this particular round of things. Take his face, burst through, Molotov back. Guardian continuing his contact. They know that he's here now. The spray's coming out to give up the information, but there's no time left for the defuse. He's got no kit.
That's incredibly well played in that 2v1 for Singularity. No one's really peeking. They're shoulder baiting from the back of Big Box, and then Molly comes forward. You're wasting time. Put the smoke down. There's no way that Duke Fisher is going to be able to move forward into that side, get the retake on. Now, for Seized, he was going for a quick mid to B smoke out from short. He just didn't have any support with him. There was no Xbox smoke. There was no flash to get him into safety. And it is a risk to go for that kind of aggressive smoke play to help out the B offensive if there is an aggressive short play, which is exactly what happened for the Orpera Smiley.
7th round still goes the way for Singularity. The damage has really started to become apparent, however, for Unique. Continuing to take as many casualties as possible against that T-side line. Ooh, miss utility in from Sorrow. Also press them out towards that long control. The B hit's going to be the real main focus, and Winter can only get a kill for it. Norway tagged up heavily. Almost finds a triple. Closed out by Clax, who's also tagged of his own accord. C sees the last 2 CT players, so the bomb can go down, but it's still the advantage for Singularity here.
Oh, this is just getting so messy now. Just running through the free smoke up in the top tunnels position. And what a trade back that is for Nori. To get through a smoke and turn around like the way that he did and then follow up with another kill and have that assistance from Clax. That is insane individuals. Singularity getting up to 8. And Unique, they're probably quite frustrated with the playstyle that Singularity are bringing here on T-side.
I mean, I would be. This has just been working out less and less possible for these guys. They've just been torn apart. 8-0. And with no signs of slowing it down. Absolutely none whatsoever for this side. 3 players alive can allow a little bit of money bolster. Of course, they still have a decent float on the cash amounts. And I don't imagine a full-on investment. I have to drop some weapons here. Might have some limiting factors in the head Kevlar department of Famarsin for Winter. Really not a great scenario to be at here for Team Unique.
And what is crazy too is that Dust2 and Overpass gets played and picked a lot for both of these teams when they don't really play one another. We've seen it a lot in the head-to-heads. Even saw a 16-2 victory coming through for Unique up against Nemega that we've got up on stream a little bit later, and that was only very recently. Dust2 is a good map for them, and they are just getting absolutely destroyed here in this first half. Singularity slowing things down. That some few pacey rounds in the last. Now think to themselves, let's slow it down, let's compose, let's not just always be hyper aggressive.
Molotovs in towards short and mid doors open. A Smiley finds seized, kicks things off for the Unique side. Finally, a mad advantage for Team Unique. Will it last that way, though? Are the trades available for Singularity?
Well, even out for the long contact, we've seen Nori just getting down into this pit position and has not been seen by Duke Fisher at all, playing passive up on the A side. Smiley's still trying to get information from the mid position and up and short. Getting re-smoked, can't really see anything. He's got Sorrow to give him his eyes.
Here's that jump face, knows he's out there, takes his kill, works around the lack of mid presence outside of Dilladez. The smoke's on to go for the execution here for Singularity. 30 seconds, so they have to commit. Duke Fisher with a man on the site. Incendiary's up, extinguished by the smoke to put it in a little bit too close. Sprays through, the AWP's looking for him. He might call out information. Iceman can come forward and get those two frags in. And Guardian now to get the 4K clutch. The bomb's been dropped to site, turning away from the flashbang, picking up the AK. The smoke's about to clear as well. One of them is. Second man also follows suit. Time's running short. Needs to get Iceman. Wraps that corner, but can't seem to find the kill. The spray goes better for the CT side as Unique finally gain their first.
Yeah, well done from Iceman. Youngest player on this team, the 21-year-old, just being able to find a multi-frag. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for someone to make a play, someone to set himself up. And he's able to do exactly that. Down in the elevated position, consistently putting damage forward, being able to hold up on that A site. And for Singularity, well, rip the dream. Streak's over.
Still a very heavy lead for them, so the backup dream of winning the map definitely probably could be very achievable for them, especially if they can get right back on track against Unique. The double orb setup is in place. This will be the toughest draw that Singularity have taken so far in this map up. Slow walking up into the short control, the flash over. There's going to try to set up C's, flash in, kill still found by Sorrow, drops the bomb as well.
Guardian hoping for a trade back. Great shot coming through onto Winter. They're still aggressing up from the short position. Sorrow's got to be careful about how far he pushes forward. And now we're just seeing the AWP come pick back end from Smiley.
A great pick for the CT side, 4-on-3. Unique going to re-aggress towards short. Try and look for anyone that wants to make their way in from Singularity, but that will just drive a backstab in towards these tunnels positions. You can see these players now grouping up, going for that B execution. They've got Iceman and Smiley to get through. Iceman's AWP. Close positions, and no idea he had his crossfire above a T-side player. Sees him as that smoke starts to clear. Great shot in. Flash going over. Smiley's got the crossfire at AWP, and one man left, and Dilladez gets caught off regardless. So Iceman makes it a double, and Unique can make it a double on the rounds.
Okay, this is now a way in which they can start just getting back into the game and start closing this gap. Couple of rounds coming through them, resetting the economy from Singularity. And you wouldn't think that all it's going to take is a couple of rounds for Singularity to lose, for them to just have absolutely no money at all. It does come down to some of those rounds being relatively close and some of those exit hunts being quite expensive. Deagle's and a scout coming through. Unique. This is a round that they really can't afford to lose to.
Scouts in Norway. Looking up with a Deagle, looking down into that pit position. Expecting Unique to try and aggress forward here against the Singularity side. Try to take a bit of a disrespect style given the major differentials in the weapon advantage. A half buy involved with Singularity this time. Molotovs initially into trying to deny any mid-presence from the T side. They're already in the tunnels. They're already out towards long though. So yeah, these long-range engagements can work for the hand cannons.
Smiley just looking, keeping eyes through. They've still got that aggressive short play. They've been loving that these last handful of rounds. Duke Fisher just waiting for the walk-up. Sorry, peeking forward, spotting out that first player. Didn't quite spot the second.
I think he did spot him. I just don't think he could take the shot towards the man Duke Fisher with a smoke down, ready for the execution. Gets dinked down to 13 points of health. Needs back up to get here, but Guardian finds an angle to work with on a scout. Sorry, did not see the player crossing towards Goose. Trying to focus entirely on the site and does find Dilladez. Now leaving it onto Clax and Norway. Norway on the site needs Clax to come in and support. He's way too late to the party. And the AWP Iceman can close down the round. Triple up for Sorrow and a third to the board of Unique. But there were pistols out and a scout in for Singularity. Now the real guns can come to play once again.
Just feeling as if Unique got off to a slow start, just never really got momentum behind them. Now they've been able to sort of show us the goods of what they can actually deliver in this sort of series. To go back on to what you were saying earlier, Jay, we've seen a lot of head-to-heads between these guys. No maps has ever gone the way of this Unique side, and at least the last head-to-head was a little while ago, so I'm sure for Unique, they've got something up their sleeve in this best of 3.
Hopefully no knives in the back of the CT side for going forward. They've already taken Sorrow out, but you know, the virtue of Duke Fisher. Winter coming up with 2 frags of his own right. Unique losing out the man advantage with a simple spray in from Dilladez and Norway. And all of a sudden this round falls apart for Unique. A great effort to charge them straight ahead on into that long default for another round, but it goes awry for the CTs.
And when Singularity have had decent long spawns, they have really come out on top in terms of the early engagements. And that one right there, 3 players out from long, really not doing damage. Winter getting a couple, aggressing up from top mid. And for Singularity, even if they start walking up to A, they could just completely evade Iceman.
Have to challenge Smiley directly, though. That AWP set on a very, very tight angle, and no one's watching the backstab, so if they're slow at the same time, they could allow him to be the winning element here. There's rifles dropped for the CT player. Takes that AWP back out instead, looks in with a double up, sets up, can't shoot Guardian in the back. Second shot disconnects as Guardian does not react in time. His teammates can, but they can't get the kill back, and now Smiley can reaggress as Iceman makes it a double. Almost on for the triple here. Clax spots him, desperate now to recover this. The bomb's been dropped out towards ramp, and Iceman and Smiley just going to back away, try and converge in, sandwich his player off. Molotov back, should force him out of the way. AK, got to take this engagement. Iceman going to burn. Clax makes it a 1v1, sees that AWP player. No, he doesn't. Peeks it at the wrong time, and Smiley can save the round for Unique.
That's a beautiful hold coming through from Iceman, and all it comes down to is just being able to waste time, being able to pull the crossfire, and his teammate just knows, right, I'm going to get into this car angle, make it difficult for Clax to win the trade. And Singularity now starting to run out of steam, going into round 13. Money still isn't that great. If they had a bomb plant, we would have been in a different situation. Here, though, they can't really buy it up. We could see a hero rifle onto 1 and some upgrades. A force buy shouldn't really be on the table, though.
A tactical pause taken in from the C side. Something I wasn't really expecting to see from them because they were on such a great basis earlier. Remember, 8-0 was the scoreline 4 rounds ago. And here we are in this very awkward position, this very awkward stance now for the T-side team. As you mentioned before, probably not a force buy-in for them. Got those Glocks out, could have some potential in that respect. We'll get some upgrades in the half buy for Clax and for C's there on a second Tech 9.
Okay, so not going for the hero rifle. They're still giving themselves a fair bit of investment and a fair bit of upgrades that could do some certain damage. Now these double orbs, Iceman and Smiley, they're starting to find some consistency between the two.
And a great double orb setup thus far. Great nade and util placement from the rest of the CT side as well. Dilladez already tag seized, giving up information. Ready to try and deal with Norway as well towards that mid control with the short presence again from Unique that's come out aggressive. Singularity have not been doing a great job of punishing these players here as of late. In the early game, they were just fragging on everybody that went their way up short this time. Easy pickings for the M4 of Sorrow and Duke Fisher. Sees can get one trade back. That bomb's been dropped in mid and his teammates are falling around him.
They're just not giving up. Alex still aggressing forward. He's going to find a triple. And this is a team that for Unique, they don't give up. They never try and fall back. We saw the first, 4 or 5 rounds where they were playing a super passive in the early game. And then all of a sudden, when they've realized we need a change up, it's like, right, let's aggress short every round and just always do damage. And for Singularity, they've had players in the right position to get those trades back. I don't know what it is, whether it's just the mass aggression or what have you, but Unique have just really started to find some form at that short angle.
3-round differential brought back by the Unique side. Singularity. They're in a solid spot. Only a handful of rounds to go. Unique. And then back on shaky territory here for the rest of this T-side line, potentially going into the second half as well. Unique can finally steal a map victory above this team, which they've struggled so much against so often here. Jump phase flashes over at the ready for that mid-door player. Smiley trying to find an angle to work with. So far, so little has been gained. That jump phase actually cost them the opener.
It's an interesting lineup coming through for Clax. It's the same smoke, just a slightly different underhand. And for Singularity, out to the long contacts.
Why would you go for that, though? Like, it just takes longer.
Well, I
just
guess
gives away
you can
information.
get out of there quickly, because if it pops straight away, you get wall banged, where at least if you throw it up, you can actually start moving away and they don't know the smoke's going down.
Okay. 45 seconds to the board. Singularity. Trying to work off that long control once again. Unique just receiving a very slow and dry T-side line. Seems to be standard at this stage. The flash is going over. A resmoke back on the Molotov towards the site. Tries that M4. And that AWP out of position for now. The player on towards long's going to have to provide some support here because it's all down to this short commitment. Still lurkers out towards mid as Clack trying to throw the TT guy side off guard. Gets 2 kills. Dilladez does find Duke Fisher. Guardian can fall back to Smiley, who looks in and sees Dilladez. Goes for that wallbang shot. Might even connect it to the bomb counter. No. Headshot does actually land on C. So a 3rd kill for Smiley. But just 10 points of health to get the 1v2 clutch on a full-blown ace. Looks over. Gets that quadra, sees the swing. But Clack shuts it down.
Oh, Smiley is putting on a show. That was a great sequence from him, just not being able to connect to the last player. And for Singularity, first of all, they're sweating it that they just got the bomb down, and then they just start sweating it when everyone starts falling. That final swing out from the elevator position got the job done. Unique, they're keeping it tight and they're keeping it competitive. And when you have a look at the score lines that we've seen in the past between the two, it's a good sign that it's close from the start.
One more good round for Singularity, trying to turn it into 10 to close out the T-side half. Unique himself set up towards that mid-default. Again, heavy presence from the T-side line, expecting Singularity to go there, but much like at the start of the half, they go heavy into mid, only to see Singularity act out along.
They're going to start getting information straight away when they push these lower tunnels that, okay, let's get players back over to the A site and try and support Duke Fisher with utility.
Mars standing by for Sorrow. Smoke's on the cross. Counter-smoke involved is not going to come out anytime soon. Duke Fisher has no idea these players are creeping up so close. Puts that smoke down in the end, but Dilladez can still catch vision and get that headshot on the man. 5 on 4. Singularity pressing up, got players held back towards the Gandalf position. Sorrow could try and take a swing off the back of those flashes, seeing nothing. Winter in the midst of the smoke. Smiley gets dealt with. Sorrow turns it around. 4 on 3. Takes a swing back to try and make it a 3v3, and indeed he can do just that. Clax tagged, as is Sorrow. Winter still creeping around these smokes. He's been completely undetected. Finds a flank on Guardian and gets that kill. Redips back in for a little bit more. The smoke starts to clear. He is spotted, but he stays alive and stays at his man advantage. Singularity not allowed to get the bomb down here. Winter finally isolated. Back to evens will go again, but Caesar's got to do a whole lot more. Got to find that player out in the open, and he gets Iceman, leaving it all on Sorrow. Still not a known entity can take that bomb carrier down, but doesn't deal with Caesar, who clutches it together for 10-5 as we head to the break.
This world is slowing down. How can I fight it? can I listen when there's no sound? Oh, the wolves are out. Yes, the wolves are out. Hold on to what you found. Days are deceiving. My head is spinning round. Oh, I hear you now. Yes, the wolves are out. Inside of our reality. Satellites singing serenade. Send out a signal, please remember me. Send out a signal, come and set me free.
Well, Unique could have looked in a much worse predicament here in this T-side half, but fortunately bringing back 5 rounds means the Singularity can't run away with this map just yet. We're going into the CT side. Unique has still got a 5-round deficit to bring back on the favoured half of Dust2 here. Dweg Singularity still have yet to lose a map to this team. 6 rounds will make that streak extend to 8 maps in a row. Can Unique shut it down?
Well, they do have the approach of getting quite aggressive out from this Xbox and short position, and that does allow some easy map control to come out from long. Sorry, seeing that first jump spotter up onto the A site itself, so relaying that information forward. And you'd have to wonder for Unique, do they just go for cross smokes on the A side, bring that bomb into A, because they are split, and the bomb is in the upper tunnel, so it could be a fake on A.
Clack starts his lean in, Winter watching the back lines. Sees the gun barrel. Is he going to extend towards Smiley? You'll see that headshot. Get them both. Nice and efficient. Accurate as ever. And gets the bomb dropped as well.
Jeez, they just snapped, didn't they? How quickly both those kills came through. Perfect crosshair placement. Great information gathering. And for Unique, well, the whole idea that ain't fake, it's not really a fake anymore. Iceman getting picked off. This is a disaster.
Yeah, all players falling, it seems, for Unique. Duke Fisher can get 1 pick back. Sora's going to try working towards the backup over at T-Spawn. Sees Clax. Norway drops as well, so 3 on 2, and Unique are giving it a pretty decent try here. Clax could get caught off guard here. The T-side player's going to aggressive, but Sora can't land a shot at point blank. That should be easy for him. Now Duke Fisher left for the ace clutch here, not knowing about the CT player up towards mid. Guardian's going for the knife. No, he doesn't opt to it. I thought for a second he was going there, but no. Pistol round goes the way of Singularity. He just wants the round. He just wants to close it out.
It could have been a great play to get some extra economy forward. It's just that he knows if he whiffs it, the A site's completely opened up, and then something starts getting created into that round. Honestly, for Unique, thinking that they're down a 3v5 and all the information has been given up on the bomb control, they did a good job of trying to make it competitive, try and see if they can bring it back in some sort of approach. They are going to be actually even buying it up into round 17 rather than just taking it as a clock round.
They have the full spy back in. Unique with Deagles, the Tech 9. No bomb plant bonus, as you mentioned before. Team Singularity have the rifles as standard. The SMGs in on seized. And Diladez. Bit of a issue when it comes to dealing with these pistols up close and personal. Maybe the headshots at long range with the Deagle can also come in pretty nicely. Unique are playing a careful default, though they know that they're at the disadvantage regardless.
Seeing if they can just bait one of these CTs forward, seized, giving up a slight angle from that mid position, not even taking a tag with the Deagles, and now they just start running out.
Nor with his frags. Iceman can trade him back. See, he's watching with the SMG wrapping around the corner, looking in towards Iceman's position, trying to check him over at Cubby. Sees the player coming out of the mid doors, catches vision on that bomb carrier as well. So he's got everything he needs to work with. Might see a flanking from Winter if he can open up towards that B site. Covering fire from the A site will allow the backstab to start coming in towards the mid control. Meanwhile, Sees still gets his kill on Smiley. Iceman having no idea what's coming up towards top mid as Clax drops him. And Winter is left alone. 1 on 3. Sees the head of the first man. But now his information given up to the CT side. They know exactly how to deal with him.
A good swing coming out for DillyDez, and he knows he can't just stay hidden. He's the only player on that B site. Rotations from mid are going to be slow, so, okay, I need to somehow create a fight. I'm just going to swing out wide, get the instant headshot, and get us up to 12. Unique, is it just the same campaign of, oh, we get off to a slow start in the first half, so we're going to get off to a slow start in the second? I know that we've only seen a couple of rounds. They're down by such a deficit that they can't really afford to just give away so many of these advantages.
Not very much they can do to try and stop the advantages coming in this way here in this particular round. Guardian SMG in against Sorrow. Sees Iceman as well. They do isolate that player, take him down, but it's only an SMG being dropped. The gun's still out for the majority of Singularity players, and a 4 on 4.
Okay, this is workable. Just seeing if they can push forward another one of those CTs. When you have a look at the setup for Singularity, yeah, there was an aggressive Guardian that was just looking for money, looking to farm. No one else is doing so. So Unique really need to press the fight to them. They don't have any util. If they go for some sort of walkout like they did in the last round from mid, they've got the opportunity of just getting mopped again.
I'll find their way up into the short control. Norway missing his window opportunity. He could have taken a couple of those players down, and he looked on at the right moment. The smoke was not really that great for the Unique side either. Sees the man, gets his kill, and a double, and a triple, and Duke Fisher, oh, he's out of this one as well. 13 to the board of Singularity, easy eco, and now the guns come out for Unique. This is their final chance to really get this going.
Very simple stuff coming through from Seas, really not being pressured out on that ramp position at all. 3 rounds to go for Singularity, and this would be the perfect start to the campaign, knowing that for all of these teams, 1 win in a best of 3, you're going to the RMR, you're going to the main event. And with this kind of a scoreline on your map pick, knowing that Overpass is a strong map for Singularity as well, things look decent. What is this setup? They are playing no one on B.
Very curious, considering it's rifles. Like, had you just seen USPs and P2Ks on this Singularity board, you wouldn't blink twice at this kind of a setup. But yeah, initially looking into that long control, expecting Unique to go for a long play. Do wrap their way back over towards the B site in the end with 1 individual. Still no one covering mid. Still 4 players total towards the A site. 2 more try and make their way over. Try a bit more of a standard style of setup. But even then, Singularity, heavy presence towards the A site. If they hit B now, it's only going to rest on DillyDez.
It comes down to the read of just knowing that Unique don't take a lot of early map control. Guardian even peeking through the mid doors completely dry. No flash, no assist. And Unique are now starting to run through short.
Sees focusing on Iceman, sees that fire, puts some bullets down range, can't quite seem to get the kill, however. Sorrow, similar worries out towards this long control. Sees caught by Duke Fisher, a trade is involved for Unique. The Molotovs will still force them away from the pump path position, so they can't make their way into the site just yet. CT players will make their way up. Norway's going to try and retake it before the bomb even goes down. There's potential for them to rotate to that B site, but they're still committing here. 30 seconds. Iceman seen. Adjustment from Norway does his damage. Not quite the kill. Iceman could still catch Guardian as well. Seen so close to M4 with DillyDez. Finally gets his trades together, and the rotation will be called in. Duke Fisher is siphoning them off. They go through tunnels. They get the plant.
He has to jump over the doors, though. He's got no smokes. Even this could be quite difficult. An aggressive play out to CT. Do they read this at all? The NWP's on the other side. Guardian's waiting for that jump over.
And he's not going to see it coming. Duke Fisher gets his kill together. Bails out his teammate. They get that bomb plant in. Retake on for Singularity. M4 and DillyDez with the kit. Clax tagged up with another M4 as well. HP advantage does slightly favour Team Unique. Time is on their side. Smoke flash for DillyDez. A flash in for Duke Fisher to try and counteract them as they make their way in here. Where do they put it up? Where do they go with this? Sorrow. Eyes set towards the doorways. DillyDez got to take that face in immediately. Looking towards tunnels. The timing's off. Duke Fisher can trade it now. Looking and hide against Clax. He knows he's dropped that defuse kit, so he's got to get hunted very quickly. Clax can get his kill, but he's got no time. Even if he gets the kit, he's dead out of it. It will be the first on the board of the T side for Unique.
Yeah, goes down to the bomb. That's unfortunate. And for Unique, I don't really know how they've covered that round. When you think the situation they're in, they've got two players aggressive up on the short play, trying to open up the A site when the bomb is just so far behind. Iceman's doing damage. They realize, yeah, A's just not going to happen. There's so many CTs here. We'll try and get the bomb out to the B side. The play of aggressing Duke Fisher are aggressive, like in the CT spawn. It was an off angle that most players wouldn't expect at all.
Force back in, of course. Singularity make their way up towards the mid control with heavy presence with Guardians Orb even watching. Catches Sora with a wallbang headshot straight onto that T-spawn position. Orb v Orb battle. Actually, Galil that Sora had for some reason, not even that scout. Smiley just swapped out from the scout towards that gun and see nothing there towards the mid control, and then the mid doors will just keep the play out towards that long lug. The three main T-side players are in the tunnels. They want to go towards that B site. At least that's what it initially seems.
Proper passive now for Unique. They've lost that opening man advantage. They're just waiting for a mistake to be pulled. And for Singularity, knowing that they don't have the best of buys, they don't have any kits, they're light on util, the opportunity of getting an opening kill with that AWP is everything for the Russians. The C's just jiggle peeking, waiting for a boost up in those lower tunnels. Unique now starting to think about getting some mid control.
45 seconds for them to go for the hit here. Clack's ready to flash seized in. Nice set as Unique put the smoke back down. The utility pours in all over the place. Clax will just fire his way through. Can't catch a kill, however. Incendiary set as Deladez holds his own. Duke Fisher and Winter sees Clax. Kills coming in all across the board here as Deladez and Norway get involved. And the 14th sits the way of Singularity. What a confident response to Unique's first.
It seemed that they did a good job of being able to peak late so they're not getting spammed up. And then as soon as they start moving forward, Guardian's able to get a kill through the smoke. More damage is being done. Even the B anchors deal with the lurk that comes out from the upper tunnels that's trying to pull, or at least get his teammates to pull the attention over to the window and door position itself. And Unique, they're not going to force it up. They want to play for OT.
An incredible 9 rounds to get back to said OT, though. Team Unique really have got their work cut out for them. Singularity probably aware of this. They're setting towards the A default, the B default. 3 players over on the A site with 2 of them pushing up towards the short control C's, looking to deal with Smiley immediately, get that bomb drop, basically win the round off the back of that. Duke Fisher spotted, Smiley up towards Clax. Nice bait and assist there from the 2 CT players. They do lose 1 man, and C's is also pretty low.
The bomb, though, on the other side, and there's even eyes on it. C's probably needs some sort of assistance. If you can time the name right, that will do a lot of damage onto the players without armor. Double nades. Slightly early.
The second nade in eventually will land a little bit deeper, but it doesn't do any damage the same. 1 rifle drop that they can pick up here on the T side line. I don't think they were able to bail it out there. And Cindy are going to suppress them from the bomb. So Singularity are playing the right kind of style here just to ensure that Unique don't grab that bomb. Do grab that M4 and the bomb in the end. 35 seconds for the hit. And they've got to go for the XE here. It's better to go down and get the money or to win the round itself, ideally. 4 versus 2 makes that latter option a little bit impossible. The run booster coming from Iceman. See what he can do with his deagle. Sees nothing. Didn't quite get as much distance out of that as he would have liked to. Burst fire in a car position. Still the flick comes in. Iceman's down. Winter stands alone in the 1 versus 4. Dealt with by Guardian all the same. Triple up for him. And 15 for map point for Singularity.
And the huge difference I'm seeing between the 2 teams on their CT basis is Singularity are safer and play the numbers and play the advantages, where for Unique, they'd be having 3v2s, 4v2s, and they'd still be aggressing. They'd still be really hungry, where for Singularity, they work hard to get that first pick, and they don't mind opening up some risk. And as soon as they're able to find the opening pick, that early sort of advantage they can bring later into the round, they then don't really peak that much after then.
Another task to get to OT now for the T-side Guardian. Sees Sorrow and makes him sorry that he ever went up aggressive. Easy kill for the AWP. Duke Fisher working against the CT line. Sprays completely blinded. Guardian gets a kill blind for the smoke himself. Just making it look easy here for the CT side. Gets tagged up. Iceman gets caught by Norway anyway. 2 left standing. Bombs in the open in the mid control, and there's no way back here for Unique. They'll face in towards the B side. They'll lose another player, and Winter with the impossible 1v5 clutch. It's just not going to happen. This will be 16-6 to Singularity. Continue their map win streak above Unique here with a big win to open up our best of 3 series. Winter will try and make it difficult. Still got 4 more players to go.
It's been so streak heavy for Singularity over the course of Dust2. We didn't quite have that CIS back and forth nature. A lot of the force buys being won, and Unique, even with that streak, they had a 5 in a row. You thought that something was going to be created for them. And Winter's starting to see if he could charge forward out to that B site. So many of these CT defenders to deal with. 44 points of health, the swing comes out, and there it is. 16-6 coming through for Singularity. A good performance from them in the first map of this series, Jay. Dust2 being a breeze to come through for the Russians.